In one way, I mean, we gave it our best last year, and St Helens were too good for us on the night. So, yeah, obviously losing one, you want to make up for it. We're fortunate enough to get another opportunity, and so grateful to be involved in this game and be able to come over and play at such a great stadium against I mean, I'm old enough to sort of come through when Wigan was such a powerhouse. Graham Lowe was actually my first coach, so I heard all about it from him. I remember back in the day, and it's great to see Wigan back on top and back in this game. And so for us to be able to play these guys is something really special. And of course, we're giving it our best, and obviously want to win the game.
How different a challenge is it from being in pre-season down under?
Yeah, it's been a pretty wet summer where we've come from, but there's definitely the conditions are a challenge for us. There's a bunch of different challenges, but come Saturday night there'll be no excuses, and we'll be, as I said, giving it our best.
From a playing point of view, Isaah, what do you make of Wigan? What do you know of Wigan?
I've known a little bit. Obviously, Kate Else, we made a really good friend, so I've sort of watched his journey and kept in touch with him, and I'm out sort of how stoked he is to be a part of a culture and a team that he's a part of. So just sort of watching from afar, that you can just tell how hard they work for one another and how fit they are, sort of obviously understand their game plan, and they all buy in. So it's obviously credit to the culture that's been built here, but obviously just super excited to be here. It's a really good reward for the players in our squad that we've sort of been able to come over here and enjoy the experience. Obviously we did a little bit when we first came over, but obviously stuck in our preparations now. So now the whole thing's been a really good experience, and obviously super stoked to be playing Wigan.
Ivan, you've spent a bit of time with Man City over the last week. How's that been, and what's that done for you? You got much out of that?
Yeah, I realise we've got a fair way to go. No, it's just been, as Yowie said, it's all part of the experience. Just feel really just grateful to be able to, mix with that, that sort of organisation. Even we've just been, felt welcomed by everybody. Warrington today, that was good. So really stoked to be here and just be part of this occasion. I'm sure Matt and Liam would concur. Like it's just you don't get invited to this game; you have to earn it, and it's so hard to win a championship. You got to play well, all the way through the year, and then, you've still got to win knockout games through semi-finals, grand finals. So, I think both of us have earned this right, and to have a sold-out stadium, and obviously the World Cup Challenge sort of went quiet for a few years through COVID and whatnot, and I think it's back in its rightful place, and really looking forward to it.
Was there anything out of that experience, spending time at Man City, that you would think about applying back home? The way they do things?
Yeah, it's sort of on a different level than so we're just quite thankful just to be able to use their facilities and have a look around, to be honest. But we certainly enjoyed it. Went to a game the other night, it was awesome too, so really enjoyed it.
Liam, have you ever known excitement like this for a game before in your time at Wigan?
Probably not. No, the anticipation for it's been, there's been a buzz around the town for quite a bit now. Obviously been sold out for over a month, and I don't know why I'm always amazed by Wigan fans. They just seem to turn out in numbers whenever a big game comes around, and we're grateful for the support. They're there for any big game, so I'm sure it'll be the same this weekend, and it's going to make for a unbelievable atmosphere. One we're really looking forward to.
Is there something special, open question, that you can obviously put a star on the shirt that's historic, something that'll be remembered forever?
I think the club's got quite a strong history within the World Club Challenge. So if we can play our small part in that and get a win on Saturday, that'll be great for us to be, a little piece of that special history.
Matt, without going into it too much, but are you happy that Harry Smith gets the chance to test himself against the best players in the NRL?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. I think both teams want to come up against the best of one another. We want to see Harry on that stage, particularly the journey he's been on and coming through our pathway. So yeah, I'm made up. I do think we've. Yeah, I was concerned. Yeah, chuffed. I just want to put on record, like, you know, what Penrith have done in committing to this competition over the last 2 seasons. Ivan mentions there about putting this game back where it belongs, you know, but it is testament to them. Like, the English teams crave this fixture, but it's a big commitment from them, and particularly to come to the other side of the world, they didn't have to do that. I just think it's credit to them as an organisation, and you know, it's obvious what their culture stands for, and that's why they get the success that they do.
I have to ask you on your squad, obviously following a tough game at Castleford in wet conditions. Is there an update on a couple of the players?
Yeah, other than Tomo, we're all good. It'll be the same squad basically. One that'll come in for Luke. The same.
Obviously, Cruz Lehman was in a protected boot, but he's all okay, is he?
He'll play. His ankle's sore, but he'll be all right.
Is that a character of toughness that he wants to play in a big game like this?
I think it's rugby league plays in general, isn't it? Like, I think players at these kind of clubs want to play in big games, so yeah, no surprises.
Matt, with Thompson ruled out, is there anyone in mind sort of to replace him in the fixture, or?
Yeah, Aviel.
Do you think Taki Chan could be given his debut in this game? Or?
They can't both play.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Aviel will play.
Ivan, what have those preparations look like then from Man City, Warrington? How have those sort of engagements been arranged? Contacts at clubs or?
Yeah, just through our network. Yeah, yeah. It's just amazing how different sporting teams and organisations all help each other out, and yeah, as I said, we feel very grateful to be welcomed with open arms, and sure it won't be like that on Saturday night, but during the week it's been good, and we're happy with the way our preparations are going, and we've still obviously got a little bit to do yet, but as I said, come Saturday night we'll have no excuses, and just really looking forward to being part of this.
How much does that add to the whole experience for you guys? Obviously it's not just about the game, it's coming over here and experiencing those sort of different facilities of you sort of make that sense.
Yeah, definitely. In more ways than one. It's not just about rugby league, it's about English culture, and a lot of our boys have actually been over here, but some of them haven't, and just to be able to come as a team at the start of the season, yeah, that can help you as well, just being together, and as I said, we'll be up against it Saturday night, but yeah, it's just a great trip that everyone's really looked forward to since it got penciled in. Very kind words from Matt, but we feel grateful to be here, and I'm sure every one of our crew would say the same thing.
And from a player's perspective, what about the sort of, obviously it's a busy week, but what have you done in your spare time staying in Manchester? Have you been able to experience the city, or?
Yeah, we tried our best. Obviously, we had the Man City game, so that was the first day we flew in that night. It's all been a little bit busy training, but the boys are obviously checking out the food, trying to find some coffee joints floating around. But we've got the day off tomorrow, so I think there's a few boys doing a few different things. Just trying to obviously check it all out because, as I've touched, it's an experience for the squad as well. So it's obviously a reward for a lot of hard work that happened in the previous season, but we might not happen again for us. So you want to make the most of it. But so tomorrow will be a bit of a relax and sort of do what you want. But then obviously we've got 2 big days before we play, so. Preparations will be kicked straight back in, but a bit of downtime tomorrow will be nice.
I think there's always sort of an excitement, isn't there, when British clubs are coming over towards it, and is that sort of reciprocated from yourself coming over here, the experiences that we talked about? What's that sort of like as a player getting those opportunities? Yeah,
well, certainly it's something we've looked forward to since the start of January. Obviously, it was when it was penciled in. That was sort of like the reward at the end of the pre-season as well. It's been pretty tough back home training-wise, making sure you're fit and ready for the competition. So it was sort of we finished on the Thursday back home and we flew out the Friday. So yeah, the boys are pumped. The feeling around the groups, everyone's buzzing at the moment. So yeah, like I touched on, it's a wonderful experience for all the boys, and I'm glad we're all doing it together. It's been really nice.
Where would a win over here rank among the club's success?
Yeah, well, it's one thing that we haven't been able to do. Only 12 teams have actually won this thing, so we've had 3 goes of it in our history, and obviously last year we missed out. So yeah, it'd be nice to be the first Panthers team to get one. Yeah, like if you look through the list of winners, only the big clubs have been multiple winners. Like, Roosters, Wigan, Melbourne Storm, Leeds, St Helens, those kind of teams. So for us to be on that list would be pretty cool.
What effect, if any, do you think that would have on the club going into this season?
Oh, I think you'd get a bit of a boost from it, of course. But win or lose, like as I said earlier, it's a game that we've both earned, and I've always watched these games from many years ago, as growing up as a kid, and just to be here, it's a big game, and you don't play for a world championship every day, do you? So I think both teams will show what it means on Saturday night.
Liam, I think it's your 5th World Cup challenge. Will you be speaking to any of the players who haven't played in one in the week and explaining how intense the game actually will be?
Probably not in a direct sense. I think we've got quite an experienced group at the moment, but I'll probably pass on my experiences from previous games. But yeah, we're just more excited about the game of the weekend. It won't be looking too much in depth of previous games. Just making sure we're focused on this one, really.
Just a question for both head coaches. Obviously, it's international rules this weekend. I understand Penrith have had quite a little bit of clarity from the RFL today surrounding those rules. Just a question for both coaches. Are you happy and satisfied with the international rules going ahead this weekend?
You go.
Hey?
You go first.
Well, I've heard a little bit of noise after the first round over here about a couple of things, sort of adjustments to the way the game's being officiated. But I was happy from what I heard. I don't think it's that big a deal, to be honest. Hopefully it'll be refereed like most big games where the players dictate who wins and loses. So I feel pretty confident that's going to happen.
Yeah, couldn't say further than that. We're happy. Just want to see the teams compete, don't we? And hopefully the talk's not about any decisions after the game. I don't think it will be.
And just another question for you both. What are your memories of growing up, and what are your memories of the World Cup games?
I can remember going to the one where Brisbane beat Wigan at Wigan, and just the excitement similar to this team coming over. I think when that Brisbane team at the time was the standout best team. It was a clear dominant team. Multiple winners, international players, and as a fan you turn up wanting to see Wigan win, but also to see the best players in the world play against your local heroes. So I think that's what excites people about this game. Obviously I've been involved with the ones against St George and Cronulla more recently, but the one that stood out to me growing up was Brisbane at home.
Ivan, I don't expect you to go into chapter and verse, but can you tell us the basics of what they told you, the RFL, about the way the game's going to be controlled and the things you asked about?
There wasn't actually that much said. There's just a couple of rules that, not so much rules, but just the way they're officiated. Like it did say that it's going to be a penalty, like from your trial under 40 and then 6 agains after that, which is I don't think that's international rules, but because we both play it, that's common sense. So it's sort of found a bit of common sense ground. Like I said, the conversation was like didn't last more than like 2 minutes, and like I'm not, it sounds like Matt's the same. We're more worried about preparing the way we're going to play as opposed to what the rules are. I think there was only a few differences, and we've all played it before, so yeah.
Ivan, obviously it's the first game since the grand final. Lost a few key players. How different is this team going to be compared to, I suppose, last year and previous years?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the challenges about this game. It's the first game, yet it's like a grand final, so that's a fine balance. Our team's changed each each year over the past 4 years, really. So you mentioned key players and probably players that are almost irreplaceable, but we had the same issue the year before. So this year's a new year, and the core of the team's still there, so we won't change too much, but we'll definitely evolve, and part of that will be new players and having to sort of connect in a different way. So Saturday's going to be our first go at that, so we'll see how we go.
Matt, just to comment on Harvey Hill, I think that'll make him the youngest player in the Wigan squad in the 17, a reward for a rising forward.
Yeah, we think a lot of him. He's been obviously played around 10, 12 games last year, and he's people have noticed the front rowers that we recruited in the off season, the way things have turned out. We turned to one of our homegrown lads, which is brilliant. So exciting opportunity for him. Sad for Luke, sad for Sam Walters, but it's good to see the next one off the rank.
Ivan, a bit of uncertainty around who'll play 5/8 alongside Nathan. Can you tell us what you're sort of thinking about that?
Yeah, Jack Cole's going to play. So, similar. Like Jack's obviously a young player, come through our pathways. May had one NRL game a couple of years ago, late in the year, but come through our junior grades, showing plenty of promise. Had a great pre-season, and gets his opportunity at just about the biggest stage. So looking forward to see how he goes. I'm sure he'll do well.